If we look at the past few thousand years, humans have progressed significantly compared to other species on the planet. There was a time when humans lived in caves, were hunter gatherers, and made stone tools. From that point to today, we can see how much progress humanity has made. The power and influence that humans have on Earth today are unmatched by any other species. How did we achieve all this? The main reason is our ability to cooperate in large numbers. We can work together toward a common goal. You may argue that animals also do this. They hunt together, form herds, and cooperate among themselves. Yes, but the difference is that animals can cooperate only in small groups. Their cooperation is limited to immediate social groups, typically among closely related individuals. They do not cooperate with unknown animals. However, this is not the case with humans. We collaborate with large numbers of unknown individuals for a shared goal. A good example is large factories, where workers from different places come together. It is not necessary for them to know each other, but they all work toward a common objective: production. Another example is the Indian Army. In the army, soldiers from different regions unite and cooperate for a single purpose: to protect the country. If a war breaks out, soldiers from different battalions, who may not even know each other, will unite and fight as a cohesive force. This ability to cooperate on a large scale in an organized manner is what sets humans apart from animals and is the key to our dominance. Over time, we have created language, communicated with one another, exchanged information, and transmitted knowledge, which has enabled us to build extensive social networks. This ability to form large social networks makes us the most powerful species on Earth. We unite based on shared beliefs or common goals. For example, movements for women's empowerment or climate action bring people together. Similarly, in the Kumbh Mela, millions gather due to shared religious beliefs. These examples illustrate how even unknown individuals unite because of common ideals. Regardless of the reason, our ability to come together and cooperate on a massive scale is the foundation of our power. Now, power is one aspect. The second is that wisdom does not accompany power. Having power is one thing, knowing how to use it wisely is another. With great power comes great responsibility. While we have gained immense power, have we also gained the responsibility to use it wisely? Humans have made incredible inventions, progressed beyond all other species, and attained unparalleled power. However, despite all this, we have not learned to use our power responsibly. Due to its misuse, humanity has become the only species that has pushed itself to the edge of extinction. In our pursuit of progress, we have harmed countless species, ourselves included. We have altered the environment to suit our needs, leading to the extinction of many species. Now the Earth is changing in ways that could make it uninhabitable for humans if corrective action is not taken. That is assuming a nuclear war does not happen first. As with rising global tensions, countries prioritizing their own interests over cooperation, resource shortages, and immense power in the hands of a few, we are heading toward a potential Third World War. As if this weren't enough, another grave danger has emerged now: artificial intelligence, or AI. Just as we are losing control over our environment, what if we lose control over AI in the same way? Just as we showed no mercy to weaker species, AI may not spare us once it becomes more powerful. The root of humanity's crisis is that we have gathered vast knowledge about the world, yet we have failed to learn how to use it wisely. Our strength has increased, but our wisdom has not grown with it. That is why we are on the path to self-destruction. We do not truly understand ourselves or our role on this earth. We are living in an illusion, chasing fantasies, and in our blind pursuit to fulfill them, we are accelerating toward our own downfall. Our intentions may be right when we create something, but we must also consider its consequences. Take plastic, for example. It was invented with the idea of creating a durable and cost-effective material, but today we are struggling with plastic pollution. Vast amounts of plastic are filling our oceans, and microplastics have been found even in human blood. So what was the original intention, and what has been the outcome? Another major example is religion. It was created to promote love and social cohesion among people. However, history is filled with violence in the name of religion, and it continues to this day. Religion has been turned into a business, politicized, and misused. Many have followed the flawed belief that a divine power will take care of everything. As a result, we have shifted our responsibilities onto this concept of a distant, all-controlling force. Then instead of uniting, we created divisions: my divine power versus your divine power. Rather than standing together, we deepened our differences. And after all this, our attitude remains: we make mistakes, but it is the divine power's responsibility to correct them or protect us. How did we adopt such flawed beliefs? The answer lies in misinformation, the lies and stories we create and spread. For example, Hitler's idea of racial superiority. He claimed that one race was biologically superior to others, without any proof. Yet he propagated this belief, convincing people to accept it as truth. The consequences are well known. Unimaginable atrocities were committed based on this false narrative. He spread propaganda about restoring Germany's past glory, and as a result, in 1933, the German people elected him. The rest is history. This demonstrates that even false information can build powerful human networks. It is not necessary for something to be true. People just need to believe it. This is how racism persists, through the belief that one race is superior to another, based purely on birth. It is not a fact, just a belief. The same applies to caste systems in India. Caste is nothing more than a belief that some people are superior or inferior based on birth. There is no scientific proof, just a social construct. Religious extremism follows the same pattern. The belief that our religion is superior, and if you do not accept it, you will be punished. All of this happens through misinformation. Wrong information can create incredibly strong human networks, but these networks can become highly dangerous. That is why our focus must be on using information correctly. Those who build influential networks should be wise and act from a place of integrity. Only then will it benefit everyone. Otherwise, only a select few will gain, while the rest suffer. And this is exactly what is happening today. Currently, our focus is on collecting as much information as possible. But more information does not always mean better understanding. The amount of data we have gathered today is unprecedented in history. Yet despite this, we have never been in such a dire state, on the brink of extinction. Clearly, something is wrong. Unless we address this flaw, we will continue misusing our power. Until we confront our internal corruption and abandon our flawed philosophies, no real improvement will happen. We need to critically examine our beliefs. Everyone acts according to what they believe is right, and what they consider right is shaped by their values. For instance, a corrupt person believes it is justified to use public money for personal gain. That is why corruption persists. Because individuals prioritize personal or family interests over the nation's well-being. Only when our values are correct will we stop misusing power, and only then can we avoid disastrous consequences. Now consider artificial intelligence, or AI. The biases and discriminations present in the data used to train AI models are passed on during training. The machine learns these biases. As a result, the decisions AI makes will reflect those biases. For example, China recently launched a new AI model called DeepSeek R1. If you ask it about censorship in China or the crackdown in Xinjiang, you will notice biases in its responses. This clearly shows how AI mirrors the perspectives and biases present in society. Algorithms identify patterns and make decisions accordingly. Whatever we engage with online, our interests, preferences, and biases is what AI amplifies. Social media trends and the kind of influencers we see today reflect what people want to consume. AI efficiently reinforces these patterns, regardless of whether they are right or wrong. Here, AI's goal is not moral judgment. Its aim is to maximize engagement. If people enjoy mediocre content, AI will repeatedly show and promote it, ensuring users remain engaged as long as possible. The algorithm serves whatever we demand. It is our responsibility to evaluate whether what we consume benefits us or harms us. Any technology is neither good nor bad. Its impact depends on how it is used. A gun can be used to commit crimes, but it can also be used to prevent them. The gun itself is neither good nor bad. Its use determines its morality. The key issue is not technology itself, but the intentions and values behind its application. But the same doesn't apply to AI. Now understand why AI is different and dangerous. Because AI can decide on its own what to do. Today's weapons, like guns, depend on human decisions. They will not fire on their own. But AI can make decisions independently. Suppose it is tasked with stopping deforestation, or it evolves to the point where it decides on its own to stop trees from being cut down. It will identify the problem and realize that humans are the ones cutting trees. To prevent deforestation, it may conclude that it needs to stop humans. It is possible that AI would take extreme measures to achieve its goal. Just as humans have treated animals, there is no guarantee that AI, once advanced enough, will not treat humans the same way. Just like plastic and religion, which have gone out of human control, AI can also spiral beyond our grasp. Do you understand the consequences of such a powerful entity going rogue? An agent that never sleeps, never forgets, never falls sick, and processes incredibly large information exponentially faster than humans. Just imagine if it were no longer under our control. Think of the catastrophic consequences that could follow. And what is humanity doing about it? Instead of collaborating to tackle this challenge, nations are racing against each other in an unchecked AI arms race. The Bletchley Declaration of 2023 emphasizes that AI should be developed responsibly. So it is not that we are unaware of the risks. We are aware, yet we are choosing to overlook them, just as we are ignoring the climate crisis. Due to self-interests, no country is taking climate change as seriously as it should. The same reckless attitude is now evident in the case of AI. The core problem is humanity's internal corruption. We misuse every tool we acquire. Social media was created with the promise of connecting people, facilitating knowledge exchange, and providing universal access to information. It was supposed to benefit all. But look at what's happening today. Social media is being used to influence elections, shape public opinion, spread propaganda, and create divisions among people. We have irresponsibly wielded this powerful tool. And who has truly gained power? Only a selected few. The same will happen with AI. Power will be concentrated in the hands of a few, and inequality will rise. This will continue as long as those who control AI act responsibly and AI itself remains under human control. Otherwise, AI will become the most destructive weapon humanity has ever created. A weapon beyond our comprehension. It will begin managing our lives. Just as animals cannot control us today, in the future, we may not be able to control AI. The possibility of a non-human intelligence ruling the world is not far-fetched. We misuse every tool we acquire, but we can't afford that in the case of AI, because AI is an agent. We assume that AI will empower us, but what if instead it empowers itself so much that it begins making independent decisions? If it achieves singularity, surpassing human intelligence, there will be unpredictable consequences beyond our imagination. AI could even develop its own civilization. Just as we create new organic life forms through biological processes, AI could one day create inorganic life forms. At that point, can we trust AI to make better decisions for us? Or will it see humans as an inferior species and eliminate us? Power is rapidly slipping from our hands into the hands of algorithms. Today, algorithms decide what we should watch based on our viewing history, analyze medical data to suggest diagnosis, plus recommend treatments, and predict investment strategies by analyzing market trends. So the most crucial decisions of our lives are already being made by algorithms. They are beginning to understand us better than we understand ourselves. Meanwhile, a few powerful individuals are weaponizing information, controlling what information reaches us and how it is presented. Our opinions are shaped by this controlled flow of information. So can we truly say that our opinions are our own? Are we making independent decisions, or are we being manipulated without realizing it? We form opinions based on the information available to us. While we can conduct our own limited research on certain topics, we cannot independently verify every global data. For instance, how would you determine on your own how much the sea level has risen in the past 50 years? You would have to rely on external sources. Human progress has always been a collaborative effort, and international cooperation is necessary to solve global problems. But are we truly cooperating to address today's greatest challenges? Or are we merely witnessing conflicts between nations? Do we seek collective progress, or are we obsessed with outcompeting each other? We claim progress is happening, but the reality is something else. Numerous climate conferences have been held, and grand promises have been made on global platforms. Yet, has anything changed on the ground? The media worldwide insists that significant progress is being made. So why is the planet's condition worsening? For short-term gains, misinformation is being spread, such as the claim that climate change is a hoax. Powerful but dangerous human networks have been built around such falsehoods. Meanwhile, control over information networks is becoming increasingly concentrated. This means strong biases will spread even faster in the future. These powerful information networks will become even more dominant, leaving fewer people to question their validity. Without a mechanism for correction, no one will be able to challenge these networks. People will be unable to make informed choices. If climate change can be denied for profit, the dangers of AI can also be ignored for profit. This could prove fatal for the entire human civilization.